left on your to-do list? I looked at it, looked at her, and said, only 81. She said, only 81. She threw her hands up in the air and she stormed off. True story, only 81. I know I'm not the only one, right? Raise your hand if you guys have been inspired like this. Seriously, raise your hand. Don't be afraid. It's all about inspiration. And the individuals that we are honoring tonight have inspired us all. And I know they've inspired me. I owe them a lot. I had this idea of creating the CustoMego Museum Hall of Fame probably about 2 or 3 years ago. And I finally approached the MegoMuseum to do it at the end of last MegoMeet. And they said, you know what, Austin? We are so busy with all the stuff we do for MegoMeet. You take the ball and you run with it. Well, I'm running with it. And this is the finish line. Okay? Who in this room ever imagined that there would be CustoMego or just Mego Battle of the Planet customs? Who ever thought that, right? But I'm going to tell you something. Without Scott Metzger, there is no Jason Roberts Black Knight making Battle of the Planet customs, right? Who ever thought there would be Omega Man, Megos? Did anybody ever in their wildest dreams thought that? But let me tell you something, without Matt Jaycox, there is no Martin Cage and Distinctive Dummies. The Iron Man Hall of Armor, my pride and joy, right? Without Mike Haspiel, there is no Austin Hough. Spectrum-Man, Ultra 7, Jet Jaguar. Have you guys seen these customs? Did you ever think you would see Mego style of any of those characters? Not in my wildest dreams. Without Charlie Flat, there is no Random Noir. And that's the truth. And lastly, who here has a custom that has anything on it from a guy named Dr. Mego? Who? Raise your hand, seriously. Is there anybody who cannot raise their hand? No. Without Paul Clarke, okay, we got a lot of half-naked Megos in the world. Amen to that, right? So, not only did I want to honor what I consider the founding fathers of this hobby, okay, I also wanted to honor specific custom figures that have been inspiring also in this hobby. My thought process was, and I want you guys to understand how my mind was thinking about this, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, okay? When they founded the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame I forget, like 1985, 86, they didn't put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame right away Rolling Stones. They didn't put in U2, right, or Green Day. They said, you know what, we need to put in Elvis. We need to put in Chubby Checker. We need to put in Chuck Berry, Bill Haley and the Comets, Buddy Holly, right? That was my whole thought process on this. Because there are a lot of people in this room and on MegoMuseum.com as customizers who are worthy of being in the Hall of Fame and will be someday. But today, we honor the founders of our hobby. In my opinion, the founders and the voting members, the founders of this hobby. The individuals who really got things going and inspired the rest of us to take things to the heights they're at. Because I got to tell you guys, we are seeing a renaissance in Mego, right? For the fact that we've got t-shirts, stand up Mr. Clarke, t-shirts that say Mego Corp, when in the heck? When in the heck did you guys ever think you'd see that again? Huh? I never did, right? I never did, man. It's just unbelievable. But along the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I also wanted to honor individual customs. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think, misses the boat in honoring specific songs and specific albums. There are some great bands out there who are flashes in the pan. There are one-hit wonders, right? That, hey man, they have one hit and then they're done. But man, that song belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. or that album belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. My favorite one-hit wonder of all time, 8675309, Jenny, right? That should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Tommy Two-Tone, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Anybody remember a band in the 70s called Television? Right? Marquee Moon. One of the great lyrics. Mr. Jeffries. P.T. Gasps.
Wonderful album, yes.
That album is one of the greatest pieces of music ever pressed on vinyl. That belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Television, due to longevity problems, not so much. Would you agree, Chris?
I agree, yes.
And that's why I wanted to do something a little bit different with the CustoMego Hall of Fame. I wanted to make sure we were honoring customizers who inspired and mean a lot to this hobby, but also individual customs that mean a lot to this hobby. So as a voting group, it was Scott Aronson, Steve Moore, Brian Heiler, and myself. We voted unanimously at the 5 inductees, and then we each got an unvetoable vote, each one of us, to vote on one custom that we define as being as Mego-esque, Mego-like, however you want to call it, that is deserving of being in the Hall of Fame, no matter how old it is, how young it is. Okay? That's how we came to the selection process. With that being said, I would like to ask Steve Moore to come up and join me and let you all know why tonight we are honoring the Headless Horseman custom by Mr. David Lee. Round of applause for Mr. Lee.